sometimes our masculines, when we meet them, they are so wounded that of course we should look at the situation always with love and compassion. True divine feminine always does, but not look for excuses. Because if this person chose someone else over you, but they still sort of are connected to you energetically, so whether they sometimes text you or they keep tabs on you or they make you somehow feel that energetically it's not over, which is giving you hope, it means that they have no integrity at this moment of time. Again, I'm going to say this again, it doesn't mean that people cannot change, that people cannot see their errors, that people cannot, right? But a man with integrity doesn't act that way. A person with integrity doesn't act that way. If you made your choice, then stick to your choice. And an example that was coming to my mind, I don't think, your situation is that intense and is that brutal. But it's this example of people who met someone in a situation of cheating, right? In a situation of third party, right? So those relationships that start when your person is still with someone else and they're hoping that it's just because I am their person and this person wasn't their person, right? A cheater is a cheater, okay? Someone who betrays is someone who betrays. There's no integrity. And I'm sorry. And I'm going to say this again to you guys because it's a complex life and humans, it's all sandbox game. It's all complex, right? So we all have a capacity to change. So someone who in the past cheated on someone, and I went through these experiences with people, right? In that I knew. I sort of don't want to go into details, but this is why I'm such a firm believer in change, because not just because the work that I do and because I'm a shadow worker and because I work with people, but in my life with these eyes, I have seen people who either touched rock bottom, who were, there was a life of abuse, of substance, or they were those cheaters, they cheated on their partners, but they went through such a huge transformation that they now understand the past version of them ceased to exist. It no longer is. They died and they were reborn from the ashes through the journey of awakening, through the journey of truth, right? So any change is possible, and I've seen it all, but that change requires time, requires self-awareness, accountability, self-work, understanding why did I did that? Why did I betray someone who trusted me and loved me? Why did I cheated on someone who trusted me and loved me? What shadow within me pushed me to do that? I want to heal that. I want to be this person, right? And those people would never go back. So I'm saying this to you because I believe in change and I believe in compassion towards other people. But it is at a given moment of time, right? If you are connecting to someone that is in the same time connecting to other people, you have to walk away because it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I kind of want to, I know this is going to be probably a long reading, but I want to do another row. I feel like this collective, there's so many things. It's chaos in my mind. Let's finish with one more row. No facts. Never has facts. Makes shit up. And it's like I'm seeing red flags right now in my mind's eye. Maybe you've seen these red flags. Maybe you knew that this person, and maybe there were situations when they were coming to you and you felt subconsciously that they were already connecting to someone else. They would always make something up, like excuses for themselves. Like the facts didn't add up. The reason, I'm a divine love reader. I'm a shadow worker. The reason I'm saying all these things to you, because I will never be this reader that I will say to you guys, you know, this person is horrible person. Da, da, da. Sometimes in readings, it actually happened a few days ago, I had a reading that I said to you guys, like, do not take this person back, right? Because sometimes you feel in someone's energy that they beyond change, or that they not your person, or they were just a lesson, right? But I teach you guys that we should always have compassion. We should always allow, when someone returns to our life, right? Because maybe they had some realizations. Maybe we should never stand in this like complete blocked energy, right? Because it's a very I don't know how to word this to you. Maybe there's something that you need to know. There's a really bad karma, negative karma, to say, I will never speak to this person. I will never, because you're closing a door to you that may be a doorway to your highest, most aligned timeline, right? So we should never say never, even to the bad things. Because if someone, let's say you are recovering from something, whether that's a wound or a trauma or addiction, the moment you say, I will never, that's, temptation for the universe. Let's see. Do you know what I mean? So we should always be humble. We should always, let's see if right. So it's the belief and change in other people that always allows us to keep all the door open. But if we love ourselves, we just know that we're not gonna walk through certain door if it's not good for us. It's a weird set of things to say, but it was all coming to my mind. So maybe it makes sense. Maybe for this collective, you need to hear this, because I feel you're in this moment that you struggle. It's like you don't want to let go because you believe this person is your person, that this person is wounded and they self-sabotaging, that there is still hope. But what you're not understanding is that you can keep that door open, right? But move on. We have reciprocity that's on top of that sabotage, that third party. There's definitely no reciprocity in this. I feel this collective, you would have a conversation. So again, this is a detail, don't make this fit. You would have a conversation with your person that they're not giving you enough. And I feel like you were literally asking for breadcrumbs. Maybe they even said to you that, oh my God, that you want so much. Maybe that's why you're thinking that they chose someone else, because this person wanted less. And you had those expectations. Maybe you wanted commitment, you wanted certain things. But in reality, when you think about this, as true divine feminine shouldn't ask for anything. Right? When we stand in front of a potential partner, true divine feminine asks for nothing. We just observe. What is this man willing to give to me? What is this man, without me asking, willing to give me? And if that matches what I know that I need from a man to be my man, coming from a place of self-love and security, I'm going to allow him. I'm going to let him to give these things to me, but I'm not going to ask for them, because it loses its value, especially when we talk about divine masculine. If a divine masculine is not giving something to you, offering something to you, be it dates, commitment, serious conversations, if it's not coming from him, if it's forcing, you're entering the masculine energy. You're supposed to lead and inspire with your self-love, with your boundaries, with the bar being here. So I feel like for this collective, your bar is through the floor. This person was not even giving you like bare minimum breadcrumbs. And whenever you would try to like flag it and voice it, they would treat you like you're asking for too much. It's almost like this energy, it's like on you that this person chose this other person, because you were pushing so hard that they self-sabotage. It's like you pushed them to it. Whether they said this to you, which would be very nasty, but whether they said this to you or they made it feel like energetically, right? it's funny because we have that ego, right? And we have broadcast, and then that boss daddy card that talks about like that focus on career and are very successful running at the bottom of the deck. I feel this is what this person wants to achieve. I feel again, it would be detailed, so don't make this fit. If it's truly your collective, the person connected to you, they wouldn't really be in a good financial situation, right? So maybe they're struggling, maybe they're hustler, and this would be what they want to be. This would be their goal. So they would be somehow focused on career. They would believe that power of a man that you are comes with money that you have on your bank account, and the possessions, which is so far away from true, so far. And I always say this to you guys: true divine masculine. You can have a true divine masculine, and that man's gonna have nothing, but you will still feel safe with him, right? Because you will know that my man, you know what, it's coming to my mind, this song. Oh my God. Applebee's on a date night, you know what I mean? Like it's wait, listen to that song. It's a country song. It's a funny song. And I keep seeing this guy that years ago when this song, I don't think that was it the released or it became popular on TikTok, and I had it in my mind, this guy that like did a voiceover, and he was like this sort of a worker vibe, like, got you baby. And it's this energy, right? It's a song about a guy that to him a luxury every couple of months, it's a dinner at Applebee's. Okay. And I feel like that he mentions in the song that they're gonna go there on his what do you call them, Vespas, right? He has a scooter, and it's such a beautiful song, and it's exactly that. You know, another thing is coming to my mind. You know that movie with Reese Witherspoon, when like Sweet Home Alabama, that she has these two guys, and one it's Patrick, what's his name? He's perfect in what society thinks about men. He has the money, he has the looks, he's young, and in with all that, he's sweet, he's romantic. And you know that scene when he takes her to Tiffany and the whole store is closed, and like, baby, choose your ring, right? But she goes and she chooses this other guy that is her true love, that like lives on the countryside and has nothing. And it's reason that it's coming to my mind, you guys. Being a man, true man, okay, he can have zero on his bank account, okay, and maybe twice a year he will take you to Applebee's and you're gonna share that milkshake, okay, but you're gonna always feel safe, always, in all meanings of the word safe. You know, he's not gonna abandon you, he's not gonna cheat on you. Sorry, I'm choking. Confirmation. He's not going to cheat on you. He's not going to make you feel insecure. He's always going to feel you as his woman, and whatever, you know, problems you're going to face, whatever bills will come to your house, he's going to be like, I got you, baby. I got this. Don't worry about this. Right? And then you can be with this guy who has all the money, who can freaking buy Tiffany, who can like own half of town. Who cares if you don't feel safe? Because he constantly undermines, and he doesn't make you feel safe, right? You always feel like you have to fight for his love, or that, you know, maybe his eyes are the wandering eye towards other women, right? And he doesn't have, or he has all this money, but then he always complains that you spend too much. We don't care about this, the true divine feminine, right? And men don't understand that, and this person right now is not understanding it. He has zero self-worth because he has zero money, and he doesn't understand that one has nothing to do with the other. Your self-worth should come from your values. What kind of man you are? Can I count on you? Does your words match your actions? Do you have integrity? Do you have values? Are you a hard worker? Or are you a jackass with a bunch of money and nobody cares about, because you're going to do squat of good things with that money? Sometimes I see, you know, women who are impressed, and when they talk about the man that they're dating, they talk about who he is, right? And what he has and what he can buy. It is so sad. It is so sad. And these kind of a men, I always, it's coming to my mind, I'm sorry, I'm deviating, but about, when men are always afraid of gold diggers, and we say to them, like, you ain't got any gold, right? What are you afraid of, right? This kind of a man can be afraid of gold diggers, but usually this kind of man is so vain that he's not gonna care, because he's not gonna accept his woman as an equal. She's always gonna be an accessory, right? But truly, when you have nothing, and all those stories about those people, and when you talk about, I don't know why I'm thinking like football players. Is there football players that it have? But like about these men that they had nothing when they met the love of their lives, and she would always stood by him and believe in his dreams, and then they have everything. And this is where you really know. How are you gonna know when you're that? I mean, in true soul relationships, right? And it doesn't really matter. But do you understand? It's such a big lesson for men. So if you're that all we want is the Applebee's dinner, right? Because if a man, and oh my god, I have so many thoughts. There's this song by Bon Jovi, it's not a famous song of his. I'm a crazy fan, that's why I know this song, but it never was like a mainstream song. And it goes like, met some time ago when we were almost young. I didn't have much money, so I sold you a rose. That is romantic. A man who has nothing, but all that he has, he goes and he takes you out and he gives you good time because he wants to impress you. He doesn't have money for that rose, so he steals that rose. If you have like so little and still you want to give it to a woman, it means so much for men. When you have everything, I mean, if you have millions in your bank account and you want to impress me with like a couple $1,000 a gift, what's that? It's nothing for you, right? It's not about the value of what he's giving to you. It's about the value that what he has, what it means to him. Do you know what I mean? There's a reason it's coming to my mind. It means that money for this collective will be important, that this person is very distorted when it comes to finances, when it comes to understanding finances, which is, our masculines are. In the beginning, they're exactly that. They're exactly that. I probably should snip this part of the video and post it for all our collectives of masculines to freaking learn. That we want Applebee's on a date night. I love that song. It's such a good song. I'm sorry. Conversation. I want to call you. Don't. It came to my mind. I'm sorry. It's a full moon, so this energy really it pulls. If we can resist this energy, if there's someone on your mind, this full moon energy will really this is maybe you are tempted, but it's a shadow side. It's your longing, but you shouldn't either. If you know that this person is connected to someone else, you have to value yourself. If you don't value yourself, if you don't respect yourself, no one ever will. And I always say this to you guys, whatever we don't embody towards ourselves, no one, if you don't love yourself, no one ever will. Confirmation, bankrupt. Confirmation. There's so many. Look how thick this deck is. Many cards about finances we got. Space. Maybe you even think that that's an issue. Maybe you're someone who's you're in a better financial situation, whereas this person is broke, they don't have any money, so you feel like you intimidate them. Maybe you even said to them all the things that I already said, that they're universal truths, that dude, I don't want money, I want milkshake at Applebee's, okay? I want romance. I want a man that's gonna take care of me, that I'm gonna feel love and safe and held, right? it's gonna fix my sink, and it's gonna make me feel pretty, and not that. Whatever. Do you guys know what I mean? But if this person doesn't understand that, if this person feels so small because they don't have money, side note, it means that their value system is worth nothing at this point. But if all they want to be is this, and they think that if they gonna be this, they're gonna earn you. Imagine this situation. Imagine you're a woman, right? You love somebody deeply, and this person doesn't want to be with you because they don't have any money. They don't feel man enough and good enough and secure enough, okay? So they leave you, okay? Maybe you know that this is because of that. Maybe you are someone that you're empowered, you have a good job, you know, you're a woman, and they're like maybe struggling, they're hustlers, so they feel uncomfortable, they want to focus on their career. They tell you that they want to focus on their career, even if they say to you, because I want to give you everything. Money is not everything, dude. Get this through your head. Money is not everything, okay? So let's say you're in this situation, and this person disappears, and then in 2 years, 3 years, however many years, they return, they come to your house, they come in some sort of a custom made whatever Porsche or Mercedes or Ferrari kind of a car, and in this like Tom Ford suit and with all this money, and then like, now baby, like I'm ready because I have all this money, so I'm ready. I would shut my door on them so hard that the neighbors would hear. And I'm a person that just told you that you shouldn't shut your door on anyone. If that happens to me, I will shut my door so tight, all the fucks, okay? And I'll be like, don't call me ever again. Because it only means that you're shallow. It means that you thought that you can buy me with money. That all I wanted was love and Applebee's shake. And you spend your years trying to gain this money to then come to me and show me that now you can be my man because you have all those money and right? What do you think, that you can buy me, that I'm an item, that this is what I care about? You did this for you. You did this for your ego. It's not for me. They don't do this. If a man does this, it means that he still has zero value. So now he made this money, so he feels that his value is here because he associates value with money. It's ego. And what if you're going to lose this money one day? What if something happens? Or what if we have, I always say this to you guys, it's a crazy scenario, but anything can happen. These days, anything can happen. We go for some sort of a freaking apocalypse, or there's war. You lose everything. We literally have to fight for a life. So what? You're gonna lose your money, then you're gonna leave me? or I'm not gonna know that I have a man that can really take care of me in any circumstances. No, this person, it's important for this collective. So save this video, even if it's for years, okay? If he ever comes back to you in this, I hope you shut your door on him. We want them to return to us changed, transformed, renewed, rejuvenated, cleansed, wiser, maturer, true divine masculine men. We do not care about their bank accounts. True divine feminine never does. Do you also know why? Because we know and we believe that true divine masculine, especially accompanied by his true divine feminine, he's gonna achieve everything. He's gonna conquer the worlds. Abundance is just gonna be, floating from all the windows and all the doors. Because when we follow our path, when we follow the path of divine truth, we're always taken care of. We always have what we need. I'm hearing the song, money, money, money. No, you guys. This person has to learn a harsh lesson, and you're gonna let them do that on their own with whatever third party that they choose. And you're gonna go and you're gonna get yourself that Applebee's shakes on your own. All right? Guidance. I want to do guidance. I want to start with these. What is it that you need to focus on right now? Message from your guides. This was a crazy reading, a lot of deviation, but it was, didn't I say that? But it was needed. It was needed. What wanted to come through? Hold on. It didn't, but yeah. One more. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. We have another number 9, so maybe number 9 is important for this collective. Maybe something happened in September, I'm hearing, but it is that completion. It is that loop. You're stuck in a loop that you have to break, okay? You're stuck in it. That's what we're going to be focusing on right now. We have Distorted Feminine. That's your first card. You have to face this. That you are a Distorted Feminine. And all a Distorted Feminine attracts is Distorted Masculine. Whenever we talk about the distorted, the divine, healthy masculine, and healthy feminine, I always say to you guys, go to my website. In Divine Love section, there's I believe it's the Divine Union. Is it Divine Love or Divine Union? Click on one of these two. There's a list of qualities of true divine masculine and distorted masculine, divine feminine, distorted feminine. Check the qualities for you. But really be honest with yourself. Right? Really be honest. You're going to see what you need to work on. Because there's a distortion in your energy. You have no self. True divine feminine, the core and the foundation of divine feminine is self-love, boundaries, stillness, ability to receive. We're the gatekeepers. We're meant to hold men accountable to what they effing say. Okay? Their lies and their inventions. It's our job to connect them to spirit, to help them to raise above the ego, right? We have luminosity. That's such a beautiful card as well because it talks about that divinity. It talks about that when you transform from the inside, you start to glow from the outside. You are now a little bit in that dark cloud. We need to swoop that away. You need to focus on you, okay? You need to focus on you, on taking care of you. I always say to you guys, the most important job that we have on this world is that we are a spirit that is given a body. And we have to take care of this body, right? So yes, some of us, we have different things. We have missions, we have karma to clear out. But right now what you need to do is imagine, take a step back and imagine that you be your awareness, be your spirit. And this is a human body you need to take care of. You need to protect her from harm, from deception, from betrayal, from negative energy, from that ego-based, money-centered energy. Protect her. And you will see that the more you transform, the glow will be seen from the inside out. And now watch this. We have 2 cards that literally say maturity. Maturity. You have maturity overall, and you have spiritual maturity. You guys both lack maturity, but your person you're connected to you, especially, particularly, like man-child. Okay, maybe he actually is very young. Maybe he actually is in his 20s, right? There's no remedy for that. There's no remedy for that. Harsh lesson and pain and time. It will help him mature. Remember that. And it's a little bit more difficult for men because we're always more naturally connected, right? Through the portal of our womb. We're spiritual beings a little bit more because this is our role of the feminine. Again, you can read all about it on my website in that divine section. For men is a little bit more difficult. That's why they gain maturity through matrix, through pain of a matrix, through experiences, through harsh karmic lessons. We can gain that maturity by remembrance, even if they're old souls, right? I always say this to you guys, there are two types of maturity. One comes from the fact that you are or aren't an old soul. How mature is your spirit in this game of earthly life? And the other maturity is